or watching my body language when I slammed that door and about knocked it off the hinges. Okay? Well, today we will look at text, but we're going to pay particular attention to text with illustrations. Can anybody raise their hand and tell me what's an illustration? Philip. An illustration? Say it again. Help him out, Azaria. It's your pictures. Pictures in the what? In the book, in the passage, in the text. Okay? Can the pictures help us understand what the text is saying?
Yes.
Can the pictures give us an idea of what the book is about?
Yes.
Well, we're going to make those connections in the lesson. Now, we'll do exactly what we did yesterday. Okay? You'll be presented with a question, except you'll see the text. You'll see it in words. And we're going to model how to cite the evidence from the text, which means look at the language in the question, find some of those same words in the text, highlight them before we actually chart it on our organizer. Thumbs up if you understand. Thumbs down if you don't. Okay, thumbs down. The title of today's book is Knock Knock. Miss Cook recommended this book, and I read it about 2 or 3 times when I got home last night. Okay? Any ideas about what it's going to be about just by looking at the pictures? Any ideas? Internalize them. Don't tell me. Internalize them. That means keep it to who? Yourself. Okay? Keep it to yourself. But the title of this book is called Knock Knock. I see a man holding a boy. Ain't that what you see? So based off what you see, I'm eager to find out how you think this story is going to turn out. Knock Knock, My Dad's Dream for Me by Daniel Beatty. Every morning I play a game with my father. He goes knock knock on my door, and I pretend to be asleep till he gets right next to the bed. Then I get up and jump into his arms. Good morning, Papa. And my papa, he tells me, I love you. We share a game. Knock, knock. Anybody can't see. And then one day, the knock never comes. I wait, but Papa's not there to play our game. And morning after morning, he never comes. He never comes to help me get ready for school. He never comes to cook my favorite scrambled eggs. He never comes to help me with my homework after school. I listen at the door, but I never hear his knock. And then I think, maybe he comes when I'm not home. So I decide to write him a letter and leave it on my desk. Papa, come home, cause I miss you. I miss you waking me up in the mornings and telling me you love me. Papa, come home, cause there are things I don't know. And when I get older, I thought you could teach me how to dribble a ball, how to shave. Papa, come home, because I want to be just like you, but I'm forgetting who you are. 2 whole months pass, and my letter to my papa still sits on my desk, but I leave it and wait for my papa's knock. And then one day I come home from school, and on my desk, I find a letter from my father. Dear son, ask your mama to help you make those scrambled eggs we love. Remember to do your homework before you watch TV. I am sorry I will not be coming home. For every lesson, I will not be there to teach you. Hear these words. As you grow older, shave in one direction with strong, deliberate strokes to avoid irritation. Dribble the page with the brilliance of your ballpoint pen. No longer will I be there to knock on your door, so you must learn to knock for yourself. Knock, knock, down the doors that I could knock. Knock, knock, to open new doors to your dreams. Knock, knock for me. For as long as you become your best, the best of me still lives in you. Knock, knock with the knowledge that you are my son and you have a bright, beautiful future. For despite my absence, you are still here. Knock, knock. Who's there? You are. Who came back? Who came back? Dad, didn't he? All right, let's look at some questions. Let's look at some questions. I'm sure you've got a lot baking in that brain of yours, but let's centralize our focus to a few that I've created, okay? I need a volunteer to read that question. Rihanna, I'll send your hand first.
How do you think the little boy feels about his dad? Daily knock-knock joke.
How do you think, again, we're inferring about feelings, how one feels. How do you think the little boy feels about his dad's daily knock-knock joke? Now, before you answer, you know there's an equation we have to build to draw an inference. We have to first start at the text, because that's the first block we see. We got to find evidence from the text. Then we use our schema. Raise your hand to tell me what schema is. Shakari. What we already?
No.
Everybody, what we already?
No.
Everybody, what we already?
No.
All right. And of course, those two things blended together helps us draw an inference, a logical inference. Do you see any words in this question that fall up in the text? Can y'all see that? Don't worry. I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah.
Okay. Every morning I play a game with my father. He goes knock knock on my door, and I pretend to be asleep till he gets right next to the bed. Then I get up and jump into his arms. Good morning, Papa. See anything that relates to the questions? Any words in there that relates to the question?
Oh.
Wesley, help me out.
When it says knock knock, it's capitalized.
Okay, there's a good start. But remember, the question talks about how the boy feels. Do you see anything in there that could tell you about how he feels about those knock-knock jokes? Miriam.
He feels excited.
Well, you're drawing an inference. Let's use evidence from what we see. Jerome.
Happy.
Do you see happy in there?
Well,
Let me guide you.
Like,
Then I get up and jump into his arms. When you jump into somebody's arms,
he lives still.
all right, those are some indications that he missing. Then I get up and jump into his arms. And what does he scream?
Papa.
Good morning, Papa. How do we know that he's excited? Saisha? But how did he say it? There's something in this sentence, even though I can't hear him, that indicates that he was excited. Philip.
He was something low.
What about this exclamation point? When there's an exclamation point, that shows excitement. He was excited every morning. So that's an indication of how he felt. Let's use our schema. Okay? Have one of your parents ever played a joke with you regularly? One of your brothers or sisters, grandparents, whoever's raising you, okay? Have they ever played a joke with you or done something fun with you that you expect? How did it make you feel? Okay? We're inferring about feelings. Okay? How did it make you feel? Jordan?
Happy.
Okay. Who played the game with you? Bill? What kind of game was it? I felt happy.
I don't know.
And my mom plays games with me. Let's look at what we have. The text says, then I get up, jump into his arms. Good morning, Papa. Our schema is I felt happy when my mom plays games with me. What's the inference? What's the little boy's mood? How does he feel about the dad's daily knock-knock joke? Jerome.
Excited.
I agree. Jerome, why do you think he feels excited?
Cause at the end of the sentence, it got the
We got the exclamation mark. We know that when you jump into somebody's arms, It isn't because you hate them or you're scared of them, right? Thumbs up if you agree. Are you going to jump in somebody's arms if you don't like them? If you're scared of them? Or if you want to get away from them? No, probably not. Okay? So him jumping in his arms and yelling, "Good morning, Papa, Papa," that's an indication that he's happy, he's excited. He looks forward to that joke every single morning. Let's look at our next question. Okay. How do you think the little boy feels when his dad suddenly disappears? But before we can identify everything, we've got to read the text and then find words. Then find words from the question that help us identify the mood in the text. I listen at the door, but I never hear his knock. And then I think, maybe he comes when I'm not home. So I decide to write him a letter and leave it on my desk. "Papa, come home, because I miss you. I miss you waking me in the mornings and telling me you love me." We're trying to figure out how he feels. Don't tell me he misses them, because you're skipping these two. You're drawing inference immediately. Let's talk about evidence from the text. Okay, Sheila, give me a sentence or two I can write.
He's missing it because
You quote words from what you see. You've got to read it word for word. The evidence from the text is word for word. Zaisha, help him out.
Papa, come home, because I miss you.
Oh, Papa, come home, because I miss you. What else did he say? Raise your hand to respond. What else did he say? Miriam? I miss you waking me in the mornings. Now, guys, we've got to activate our schema. And again, what's our schema? What we already know. Right. Let's activate our schema. Have you ever been expecting a parent to come? Mom, dad, whoever's raising you, and they didn't show up, or they just left you. How did you feel? How did you feel?
I don't feel really sad.
Why?
Because that my mom was leaving, and she's in our living room, and she could visit me.
Would you feel sad just because she left you, or do you feel sad because she left you without telling you? Yeah, I agree. That's kind of where my schema leads me. It's not that she's gone, it's because I didn't know she was leaving, or I didn't know he was leaving. I felt sad when my dad left without telling me first. Are we ready to draw an inference now?
Yes.
Do we have the two pieces to the puzzle? Do we have the text evidence from the text? Do we have the evidence from the text?
Yes.
Do we have the evidence from the text?
Yes.
Do we have the evidence from the text?
Yes.
Have we expressed our schema?
Yes.
And our schema is what? What we already
know.
All right, we can draw an inference now, but before we draw an inference, let's reread the question to make sure we answer it properly. How do you think the little boy feels? Whose feelings are we talking about?
The boy. The boy.
When what happens?
When his dad says, "Oh, this is
Come on, y'all. How does it feel? Azaria, how do you feel?
He felt disappointed.
When?
Whenever he said
Left what?
that.
Without telling him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't know that that's exactly why he was sad. He could have just been sad because he was gone. But me? Tell me first. What about you, Azaria? Would you be mad just because he left, or are you mad just because he left without telling you? What about you?